In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Please stand with me as we pledge allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Board of Adjustments is a 9-member board, and we're appointed by the City Council, and we serve on a voluntary basis without compensation. Our procedure for conducting business is I will call the name of the petitioner. If you would please come forward to the podium, speak clearly and loudly into the mic, and present your petition, and then be prepared to answer any questions that any members of the board might have or anyone in the audience. Anyone in the audience will be given the opportunity to come forth and voice their support or any opposition. Once we receive public testimony on a particular item, the members of the board will deliberate and we will render our decision. I remind members with a personal or financial interest in any item, you're required to recuse yourself from voting. Any testimony that is submitted by the petitioner or on behalf of the petitioner during the presentation of the agenda item will be binding as to any decision the board makes relative to the motion. I remind members of the board, if a motion to deny an item is made, a reason must be given. This time I'll introduce the members of the board that are here at this time. Ms. K.T. Brown, our Vice Chairman, Ms. Marika Blair, Mr. George Howell Jr., Ms. Jennifer Shaw, Mr. Pickett Reese, and I'm John Stanley, your chairman. Our staff that are here tonight, Ms. Tanya Ingram and Ms. Jovan Hines, our recording secretary. Just so that you're aware, it takes 5 members or 5 votes to approve a motion. We have 6 here at this time. So if you feel like that is an insufficient number for your presentation, you are allowed to delay your presentation until next meeting. We are expecting another member to arrive. Any questions? Tanya or Jovan, do we have any withdrawals, delays at this time?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. We have 9 items on the agenda, and we'll go through them 1 through 9. First item presented by Charles and Kathy Liles, requesting a street side yard variance for accessory structures to be located at 2468 Capstone Drive in an R85 zoning district. Mr. Liles, you were here last time?
Yes, sir.
And you made your presentation?
Yes, sir.
I believe that we agreed and you agreed to delay your application until today.
Yes, sir.
To see if you could work out some agreement with your neighbors.
Yes, sir.
Have you been able to do that?
We did. Yes, sir. We actually met at our home, with several, 5 of our neighbors actually throughout, Vaughn Meadows and the Vaughn Meadows Home Association. So they had great representation there, and we explained what we were looking to do or requesting to do, and we showed them the area of the backyard and the proposed location of the structure, the one that will replace the existing structure that was there when we bought the home, and the second structure, what was planned for it, and how that would be done or built, and some of that would be, a lot of that second structure would be built with wood taken from the existing structure, what could be used anyway, what was salvageable and all, but that's pretty much it in a nutshell, sir. Miss Rhonda Lewis was there, and their president, Alicia Bozeman, was there as well, and 3 others. So, and we got a 100%, let's see how they worded it, voted unanimous yes for our plan. So it was a great experience.
So has your plan changed any since we were here last time?
Not at all, no, sir.
Everything is the same?
Same, yes, sir.
And I'm going to ask for any opposition, of course, in case somebody happens to be here.
Yes, sir.
But you're saying that what you are requesting is tonight is what you had requested before,
Yes, sir.
and that the homeowner association or the members that were there are in agreement with it,
Yes, sir, 100%.
okay? Any questions, board members, before I see if anyone is here? Is there anyone in the audience who cares to address this particular item, for or against?
Will you entertain a
I'll
motion?
entertain a motion. Ms. Brown?
So be it.
Ms. Brown makes a motion to approve as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion carries.
All right.
Thank you for your cooperation and making that happen. That's the way it's supposed to
Yes,
happen.
yes, sir, thank you. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you. Item 2 is presented by Johnnie Johnson Jr., requesting a height variance and a street yard variance for a privacy fence to be located at 667 Mary Ann Drive in an R75S zoning district. Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir. First, I'd like to apologize for missing the meeting last time, and just pure stupidity on my part. I had the wrong date on my calendar.
That's okay.
If you look at
Mr. Johnson, you're going to have to speak directly into
I'm
that mic.
sorry.
Thank you.
if you look at the item labeled 2B, you can see probably better than there you go. You just
We
went
can.
by it.
What's the
And-
purpose for the fence?
Well, I have a couple of trailers, and I'm buying a boat, and I want to get them back out of I can't park them all in the garage or in the driveway, because whatever, I get them behind a fence, and I've had some thefts in the area before. I had a catalytic converter stole right out of my driveway. So I'd like to get it behind a fence, and,
Well, I don't know if, are you aware of the opposition?
not that I know of, nobody's complained to me, and you've had your sign up twice now, and, I've
There-
had people walk by and ask me what it was about, and I told them I just want to move this fence out.
There's quite a few opposition here.
I'm
We've
sorry?
we've got some emails from staff that we've been provided, so there is a certain amount of opposition to this fence.
I haven't
And this
heard.
is the first time I've had an opportunity to review this. But why could you not just put that fence in line and not need a setback? Because why could you not just put that fence back where it ought to be?
Well, very minimal backyard I would have without that extension. I just want the extra area, so.
Yes, sir.
And, standing at the end of my driveway, look up and down Grove Park Drive, you can see about 8 different yards that have fences out near the sidewalk, or where the sidewalk would be on the streets that don't have one. So, I mean, it's not as though it's really uncommon or anything.
Well, I'm going to read this, but I'm not going to mention any names. I say no to the request. That house has been an eyesore for many years in the neighborhood. The yard has recently had work done to clear the overgrowth there for years of neglect. The fence will only hide the continued neglect to the property. Okay? So,
That has nothing to do with the fence, but I will tell you, my ex-wife actually owns the house, Chung A. Johnson. I am the resident. I paid for it, and I've lived there for 30 years. We recently redid the roof. All the trees that are shown in that picture are gone. We just recently cleared the entire lot of every
yeah.
tree and tolerable bush, and I was waiting for a decision on this fence to have some grading come in, done, and removed.
Another comment here says, my main opposition to the fence is based on the fact that the variance will place the fence at an unacceptable distance to the sidewalk. Okay?
Looking at it, it'd be roughly 6.5 feet setback
I
from the
understand,
sidewalk.
but I'm just telling you, and also, your driveway is there, okay?
Right,
There's a sidewalk there, correct?
true.
Okay, so you're back coming and going, with blocking visibility of that,
Well,
driveway.
it's roughly where the fence I'm gonna put up will be about 16.5 feet from the curb, so I'll have
Right.
plenty of
And I
place
know-
to stop before I get in the street to see what traffic may be coming, or even sidewalk traffic.
I'm just looking at the comments from
Understand.
opposition, okay?
I understand. I
And
wasn't aware there
I'm
was
trying to,
neighbors.
I mean, I'm looking at many comments here, do not approve this variance. You know, total opposition, traffic hazard, not having clear vision to this intersection, detrimental to the value of homes. We don't deal with values and economics related to property, but that is a comment. And obviously, more comments about lack of maintaining the property. So,
There has been a problem. Again, this goes back to the
Yes, sir.
divorce situation. But we
Okay.
just recently re-roofed. I said we took down all the trees, gonna do some landscaping and, trying to bring it back to snuff. So it's been a kind of
okay. Any comments or questions of the petitioner, Ms. Brown?
Has any of the neighbors made any comments to you pertaining to this?
no, I have a ongoing argument with a neighbor on the Mary Ann side about maintaining a fence back there. I want him to pay half of replacing it. He don't want to. He said, I put the fence up, I have to replace it, but that's neither here nor there for this particular request. But, I'm gonna do something about that anyway. In fact, that may be one of the guys that sent in something.
Let me make a suggestion. We can vote on it and approve it or deny it, okay? Maybe you need to go back and clean up your yard and then come back later and move that fence back some away from the sidewalk.
Well, there's an existing fence now that runs from the corner of the
Yes, sir.
house across there.
Yes,
It
sir.
needs replacing badly, but I didn't want to replace it, so, you know, I did this. And I really can't get in there. That whole area that's outlined in the yellow block was full of trees before, and like I said, they're all gone now. There's a lot of tree stumps, and there's been some grinding, and it just needs somebody to get in there with a tractor box.
Yes, sir.
Additionally, the whole rest of the backyard was full of tree stumps and stuff too, so it doesn't make sense to try and grade part of it and do the other half on the other side of the fence, or, you know.
Right.
Again, it's, you know, put up the new
Well,
fence and grade the whole thing down. and replant.
I'm giving you my comments and suggestions, having been on this board many, many years, and know what we look for and what we like and don't like, okay?
Okay.
I'm just giving you my comment, for whatever that's worth.
So you want me to go ahead and do all the grading and stuff first and then come back and
I'm just giving, I'm making a suggestion. You can delay this and come back later after you've cleaned it up and maybe find out who your opposition was and talk to them, or we can vote on it. I'll give you that choice.
Okay, I'm getting a vibe that it's not a good idea.
Sir?
Said I'm getting a vibe that it's not a good idea to get a vote right now.
Ms. Brown, you got a question? Or
Do you know your next door neighbor? Do you know your next door neighbor?
Not intimately. I'm pretty much a recluse, and because my house faces Mary Ann and the way it curves, I'm sorry, I don't talk to the folks on Grove Park side, and I mean I've talked to them, but we don't have any kind of relationship to share coffee or anything like that, you know.
Well-
But I have no idea who these. You said there were like 4 comments there.
several
Several.
pages?
8. Can I get copies of those?
No, sir.
We can send
can do that?
copies to him. It's
Okay.
public record.
She would have to give them to you,
Okay.
okay? And that may help you. Board, I recommend we delay this and have the petitioner come back later when he has addressed all of this with his neighbors
So moved.
and cleaned up the place, okay?
Okay. Well, I go ahead and have it graded,
We
I
have,
guess.
we have a motion to approve that request for delay. Have a
So
second?
moved.
Second.
Second. All in favor of the motion, raise your hand. Okay.
Thank you for your time.
You're better off for us to do that rather than us vote on it, because if it were denied, you couldn't come back for a year. Okay? Thank you. Item 3 is presented by Kameesha Lewis, requesting a special exception to place an additional mobile home for living purposes to be located at 230 Cillie Lane in an Ag 1 district. Ms. Lewis here? Jovan will delay that till the next meeting, unless she shows up later. Item 4 is presented by Isha Day, requesting a variance to ordinance number 17-2014 and a special exception for a place of amusement and assembly to be located at 3420 Atlanta Highway in a B4 zoning district.
Hello,
Hello, how you doing?
I'm fine, how are you?
Good, good, good. Okay, you want to have a place of amusement, correct? At Forest Hill Shopping Center.
Yes, sir.
I assume the owner is in agreement with this,
Yes.
okay? Tell us what you're going to do, and are you going to have exterior music or exterior events?
Nothing will be exterior. Everything will be within the structure of the building.
Everything's interior,
Yes, sir.
okay? What about exterior lighting?
Exterior.
You want to be open to 12 a.m. Sunday through Thursday and Friday and Saturday to 2 a.m.
Yes, sir.
What have you worked out with the landlord to keep the parking lot lights on?
Well, they're supposed to be on at all times. I've driven through there several times when looking for, the building, and everything is on at all times out there, I guess 24 hours, because of all of the other businesses that are in that shopping center.
They're on 24 hours?
Yes, sir. There's lighting all the time.
Have you ridden through there at 1 a.m. in the morning, the lights are on?
I have. I'm a DJ, so I'm pretty much out a lot. I DJ at Bama Lanes, and I have to pass by there because I also live in the area by the zoo. So I pass by there, and I just kind of look over there because I'm hoping that would be my space. So I look over there from time to time, and I actually like the lighting. It's very bright over there.
How many square feet is this space?
It's about 4,000 and some change. I don't know the approximate square footage. It may be like 46, 62 or something. But it has like a lot of back storage areas, and wheelchair accessible bathrooms.
I'm very familiar with the center, and I'm familiar with the space.
Yeah, that space actually used to be a bar.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Prior to that, it was a restaurant.
Right.
When did it stop being a bar?
Now that I don't know exactly, but
George, it's been at least 2 years.
Okay.
Is this that sundown east?
Yeah,
No, it's not
sundown.
Keys. Next
It was
door.
sundown, wasn't it?
it's actually right next to Sundown. Sundown is still in existence.
They are? Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what it is, Papa T's. It used to be Papa T's Sports Bar and Pub.
Well, if the board approves this, there cannot be any exterior music.
No, sir.
No exterior.
Nothing will be outside.
Let me finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No exterior events. Parking lot lighting has got to be on while you are operating.
Yes, sir.
Exterior lighting,
Yes, sir.
that's big time. And your customers cannot come and go out the back door except in the case of an emergency.
Yes, sir.
The reason being, you're backing up to a residential neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to minimize the amount of traffic going out your back door, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, I understand employees have to do it, maybe take out trash, and the door has to be available for customers to exit in the event of an emergency.
Yes, sir.
But that cannot be a main point of access for your customers,
Yes, sir.
okay? All parking for your customers got to be in front of the building.
Yes, sir. What about my employees? Can we park in the back?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I said,
I didn't hear. I can
I'm
barely hear.
giving you what's customary here, but we realize that your employees are going to come in and out the back door,
Yes, sir.
and deliveries.
Yes, sir.
We're more concerned about what happens, after 10 o'clock at night,
Right.
because you got neighbors behind you that may or may not be disturbed by noise,
Right.
okay? And if you violate any of these conditions, then we can withdraw on approval.
Yes, sir.
Any questions, board members? Ms. Brown?
What's the age of those customers?
Well, we were thinking that we would like to do. We would like to stay 25 and up, but we talked within ourselves, and 21 being the legal drinking age, we're kind of up in the air right now as far as whether or not we're going to allow 21. I don't really want to do 21, but I don't know.
I understand that legal age being 21 for the drinking, but you're going to have event center. Well, that's my main concern, the age of those that will be admitted into the event center.
No, it won't be anyone under the age of 21.
No matter which area they're in.
Ma'am?
It doesn't matter what area they're in, they must be 21.
Yes, ma'am. And even just to come in, just to be in there, yes, ma'am. Everyone will have to be 21 because I will be running, alcoholic beverages and cocktails and things of that nature. So
That was my
everyone
concern.
will be required. Even my employees will have to be 21.
Thank you.
What about
Yes, ma'am.
security?
I'm talking to some licensed and bonded security companies as we speak, trying to get some people lined up and already, in place. I do it, like I said, I do a lot of DJing, so I work with a lot of licensed and bonded security companies.
So are
already.
you going to have security inside and outside the building
Yes, sir.
while you're open?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have security inside and outside.
Yes, sir.
Are this going to be uniform security?
Yes,
so
sir.
people understand who they are?
Yes, sir. At all times.
Okay.
They just won't, it won't just be somebody that just put on a shirt. It's gonna be someone who can show, that that's their job. Like, that's what they do.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, question.
Go ahead.
Ms. Shaw, go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. You said that it's an event center, which means that you'll be probably hosting wedding receptions and that kind of thing?
Well, it would be more like women's empowerment conferences. We may have some things of that nature where it'll be like different events going on. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm just saying that you're not going to, it's not going to be rented out for receptions, wedding receptions or birthday parties?
No, ma'am.
And that kind of thing?
No, ma'am.
But you're going to be open 7 days a week?
That's our plan, but you know how the economy is right now. Everybody's not coming out like they used to. So some days I may have to be closed because I'm also a school teacher. So I may not want to be open. Okay. So after dealing with that every day, I may not say, no, I'm not going to be there. Oh. So I may not be there. I may not be open 7 days. I have to look at, plan everything out. But I just wanted to put what I want to do, you know, what my plan is to do, but I may not be open 7 days.
Okay.
So just to clarify, you're going to have a member of your staff there during your hours of operation?
Yes, ma'am.
And then also, what type of businesses are located next to your facility?
The only thing that's actually open for business now is the Sundown restaurant that he spoke of. And then I think maybe 3 doors down from me, they're empty. And then there's another restaurant, Sally T's Cafe is right there. And then there's a package store on the far end. There's Aaron's Renter Center or something.
Right.
Is right there. And then the bank is on the far end.
But you say the owner of the center has agreed to lease this to you.
He has. I have a draft lease that I'm
Okay,
pretty
'cause
like waiting.
him.
Yes,
I
sir.
know him very well.
You're John Watson.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
great guy, great guy.
Yeah, the realtor also.
Yeah. Mr. Howell, you had a question?
Yes. Have you ever run a place like this before yourself?
I've never ran an actual establishment like this, but like I said, I've been teaching as well as DJing for about 22 years, and I've just been like renting other venues and throwing, events.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to eliminate renting other people's stuff and doing my own thing, pretty much.
Okay.
We have had experience with places like this, and you sound like you know what you're doing, which is good.
Yes, sir.
Some people have good intentions and expect everybody to act right, and that doesn't always happen.
Right.
What we have seen is at 2 o'clock in the morning, when the owner's not there, somebody wants to crank up the sound system and open the back door and have a party that runs all the way through the building. Nobody wants that, and I don't know what your liquor license is going to control, but anyway, that's what we're trying to avoid, is bothering anybody else that doesn't want to have this, doesn't want to do this, see this, hear it, whatever.
Right.
Very familiar with places like this. And that's all.
Any other questions? Is anyone in the audience?
Can I speak on that?
Yes.
You won't have to worry about that. By me being, the owner of what I'm trying to do, you won't have to worry about that. I'm also the DJ, so I'll be in control of the music. So.
That's very important.
Yes, sir.
Is anyone in the audience care to address this item?
Will you entertain a motion?
Nobody here to care? I got a question. Jovan, Tanya, all these comments, want to make sure they are of record.
You want me to read them out what I have?
Sure.
Okay, I have no exterior events or music, exterior lighting while open, back door is for employee use or emergency exit only, on-site security while in operation. Did I miss anything?
The exterior lighting, that needs to apply to parking lot lighting,
Right.
okay?
You also said if the parking is to be in the front.
And all parking for customers.
For customers.
In the front.
Right.
You also
Parking
said-
in the rear is for employees only.
Yes, sir.
And access in and out is employee only or
Right, got that.
emergency use.
And deliveries.
And deliveries.
Right.
Also for the legal drinking, for the age of the.
Well, she's got to
customers,
comply with that
21.
anyway, but you got to comply with what's legal from a drinking stand.
Yes, sir.
Liquor store.
21.
Since she has an event center, that's why you need to state that in there.
Yeah.
21 legal drinking age.
Yeah.
And
I just wanted to state, she's also got to go to city council for her liquor license as well.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
So they're going to look at this as well.
That's right.
okay.
That's right.
And must have security.
Got that?
Yeah.
Can I add one more thing?
Sure.
We've talked a lot about the back door. Simply put, the back door needs to stay shut unless some of these other things are going on. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Stay shut.
Okay. You got all that, Tanya?
Do?
We're going to assume that that's of the record and be part of our motion. Do I have a motion to approve?
I've already said,
I'm doing it officially. Ms. Brown makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second?
Second.
For Ms. Shaw. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Okay. You got it.
You're the first person that's ever done that.
Tell
That's okay.
Tell Mr. Watson I said hello.
I sure will. What's your
And,
John Stanley, I sure will. Thank you.
yeah, but, you made some commitments here. And you made some commitments and you will be expected to comply. Okay? Item 5 is presented by Kenneth Kemper, requesting a side yard variance for an addition to the dwelling located at 3625 South Georgetown Drive in an R85 zoning district.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kemper?
Yes, sir.
You want an addition to a carport,
We're adding a carport to the side of the house.
right? Come
And-
within 6 feet of the property line.
Yes.
You need a 4-foot wide yard variance.
You want a variance on the 6th?
Right.
Yes, sir.
As we always do, we got to make sure that you know that any water coming off of this structure has to be confined to your property and not
Yes, sir.
spilled on your adjacent
There
property owner.
are gutters on the side of it that
You
direct
got
it.
gutters and downspouts to keep the water off your neighbor.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay? Any question, board member? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Mr. Howard, have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Reese. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. You got it,
Thank you all very much. Have a great day.
sir. Item 6 presented by James Warren, requesting a height variance for a privacy fence, a coverage variance, and a separation between structured variance and necessary for accessory structures located at 1254 Gregory Avenue in an R100 zoning district. Okay, Mr. Warren, you got 3 items here, I guess. Huh? 2, excuse me.
No, three, you're right, 3 items.
He's got the next item too. I was confused. I'm sorry.
The next agenda item.
Sorry.
That's okay. But this one involves,
This one involves 3.
okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, okay.
What I'm really asking for is forgiveness.
Is what?
Forgiveness. When
Well,
I bought
Well,
this property,
we've been known to do that.
when I bought
Okay.
the property had an 8-foot fence around it already.
Okay.
I
When you bu-
didn't know it was illegal until I was asking about a different property. So I'm asking for that height variance of 8 foot to maintain what's been around the property.
Okay, that's the 8-foot fence that's existing,
That's existing.
okay?
That's existing.
All right, then you've got an open pool house and a storage building. Was all that existing?
The pool house was not. The carport was there, structure A was there, and structure C was there.
Okay, so you want to add the pool house?
The pool house has been added. It was added 5 years
Has
ago.
been added. Okay.
Like I said, I'm asking forgiveness on all this one.
You got caught, didn't you?
Well, the last piece of forgiveness is the fact that the separation between the main house
Right,
and structure A currently is 5 feet.
right.
And the reason I say currently, it appears that on the house itself, that one time there may have been some structure that connected those two together.
Gotcha.
And I only can say that because of the brick damage or the brick work that I see that's on the house itself.
Gotcha.
That
Yeah, that's an older neighborhood there.
right.
Okay, gotcha. Any question, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
So be it.
Have a motion to approve from Ms. Brown. Have a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Blake. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand.
Ms. Blake, who is
I
Ms.
said
Blake?
Ms. Blair, excuse me. Ms. Blair, all, motion carries. I'm sorry,
We're gonna get.
I'm moving fast here. All right,
Thank you.
all right, you got another one.
I have another one.
This
This
is-
is asking for permission.
I have to read it. Requesting a height variance for a new privacy fence to be located at 1244 Gregory Avenue in an R100 district. So you want a 1-foot height variance, I guess, to be consistent with the other.
Yes. And the real reason for that, I went out and did my homework this morning. If I'm standing in the back room of this property and I put a 6-foot picket at the very back of the property, and this lot is 330 feet deep, as is the neighboring property that we just discussed. The picket fence comes so that I can see from inside that structure, I can see into the house behind me. If I put an 8-foot fence, it covers the windows from my distance.
You're trying to eliminate a peeping Tom, aren't you?
Well, I've lived in that area for 8 years, and the previous neighbors who we purchased that property from have even said they had people walk through their backyard and come knock on their back doors.
Really?
And so
Any question, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item?
I didn't see a problem with it.
Okay. Anyone make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve Mr. Warren's request for a height variance as presented.
Have a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Blair.
That was
Any
Ms.
further questions?
That was me.
Oh, Ms. Shaw, I'm sorry. That was from Ms. Shaw, seconded that. All in favor of the motion for an approval, please raise your hand. All right, you got it.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye,
You
James.
can sleep better at night now. Item 8, presented by Martha Dillard. Come on up, Ms. Dillard. Requesting a special exception for an accessory structure to be located on a lot without a main dwelling at 2836th Street in an R60D zoning district. Okay, Ms. Dillard, the main question here is, what are you gonna put in that space?
All lawnmowers, ride lawnmowers.
And why are you doing it without a dwelling? Do you own the lot?
Yes,
You own the lot.
yes, sir.
Have you been maintaining the lot?
Yes, sir.
Keeping it nice, neat, and cut?
Yes, I most plant collards and tomatoes and just give it to the neighborhood, mostly. But I didn't do it this year because I lost my son and that put me back. He got killed in a car accident and I most plant on it, like collards and tomatoes and peas, and I always give it to the neighborhood. It beats the lots.
It's a mighty big structure. It takes up a lot of the lot. There's not a house on this lot?
No, sir.
No house.
No, sir.
There appears to be a roof in the picture that we're looking at.
I think that that's some kind of concrete that was on the ground. I don't know if it was a drain or
For
what.
a prior structure.
Right, there's nothing there,
No slab,
right,
Something.
of something, yeah,
but no structure.
right.
No problem.
Any questions?
Yeah, what kind of structure is this to be 36 feet long?
Sir?
What kind of structure is this to be 36 feet long?
I have a picture if you want to see it.
Yes, that'd be great. That's a long structure.
Is it a shed or does it have sides on it?
It's a long structure.
Let me make sure.
For that. See how much it takes up for that lot?
Yeah, this the one. This one gonna go away. Cause my daughter, she don't want it.
Oh, okay.
Was there already one there? The red one?
The red one gonna go.
It's gonna go.
Yeah.
But it was never approved, apparently. Okay. So the white one is there now?
Yes, sir.
You wanna see it, and then we'll pass it down?
They're gonna pick up the red one.
When can you have it removed, ma'am?
Well, she engineer, so she was gonna put the laser in there, but she in Florida now, and she ain't gonna want it because she gonna live in Florida. So she already done called them to pick it up, you know.
If we approve this, can you have that red one removed in 30 days?
Yes, sir.
30 days. Any questions?
I have a question.
Ms. Shaw?
Is there going to be electricity and water to this?
Yes, ma'am.
It says so.
Cause I'm also them plant. Cause I love plants and collard greens and turnips and stuff, so I'm still gonna be planting around it.
It says you will have established power to the building.
Sir?
Our notes here in our agenda say you will have power to the building, correct?
Yeah, the area, it's had a lot of breaking, and I had my house broken in about 3 times down there, cause it's very dark.
Okay. You will not have any plumbing in this structure, correct?
Sir?
No plumbing.
No plumbing?
No plumbing.
No,
No, it won't be lived in.
no, sir.
It'll be used only for storage,
Storage.
okay?
Yes,
And
sir.
you have security lighting inside and outside the building.
Yeah, I need it. It's dark.
Okay.
That lot is
But
very
you
dark.
cannot live in it,
Yes, sir.
okay? No plumbing, okay?
Okay.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
So be it. I make sure that, the red one
What
is to
street?
be removed within 30-day period.
Sixth
No
Street.
plumbing,
Sixth
no
Street,
living inside of it,
Washington Park.
and only for storage.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Tanya, Jovan, did y'all get all that? Okay, and to maintain the yard, okay?
Yes, sir. I always do
In a
that.
cleanly manner.
Yes, sir.
Because we understand storage buildings and things of that nature can collect junk and trash,
Yes, sir.
okay? No junk, no trash. You can't-
Very neatly.
Well, keep it neat,
Yes, sir.
okay?
All right.
Just like we mentioned to the petitioner earlier, if you don't comply with these things, this can be withdrawn,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, all in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. You got it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Okay, you do the same. God bless and keep.
Item 9 is presented by Kendra McBride, requesting a special exception to place a mobile home for living purposes on the property located at 4409 Boswell Road in an Ag 2 zoning district. Ms. McBride,
Yes,
you want to place a 14 by 70 foot mobile home on a 1 acre lot,
yes, sir.
okay? There are no other mobile homes on the lot, correct? Are there any other mobile homes on the lot?
No, no.
Okay. And you're going to use this for your purposes only and not for rental purposes?
Yes. Mine,
Okay.
I'm living in it.
Ma'am?
I'll be living in it.
You're going to be living in it?
Yes.
That's fine. It's just not to be used for rental
Correct.
purposes. Okay? And you're going to place it back from the road pretty much along as shown here. We don't want it too close to Boswell Road.
Okay, yeah, I think she said at least 50 feet. I think that's what she said.
Well, it looks at least 50 feet here. What are you thinking it's shown here to be?
50 feet.
50 feet?
Yes, yes.
Okay, a minimum of 50 feet.
Yes, sir.
Minimum,
Okay? Any questions? Anyone care to address this item?
what do you say, a minimum of 50?
A minimum of 50 feet distance from Boswell Road. Now, that's from your property line, not necessarily from Boswell Road, okay? Because your
okay.
right-of-way may be wider than the street is, okay?
Okay.
So you want it 50 feet back, minimum 50 feet back from your property line.
Property line. Got it. Okay.
Okay?
Got it. Yes.
Because we don't know where your property line is.
Yes.
And you don't either unless you have it checked.
Absolutely. So I agree. Okay.
Minimum at 50 feet from the front property line,
Okay.
okay?
I'd like to make a motion, Mr.
All
Chairman.
right, yes. Mr.
I'd like to approve Ms. McBride's special request as presented with the exception that for the record, we state that it's 50 feet from the property line.
Minimum.
Minimum of
From the
50
front
feet
property.
from the property line.
Right. And not for rental purposes.
And not for rental purposes at all.
Correct.
All in favor?
Second.
Have a second? Ms. Brown seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your
I
hand.
miss Sean.
Okay, unanimous.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. To have a motion to approve our minutes from the last meeting.
If you
So
turn
moved.
to page 4,
All right, Ms. Brown found a typo somewhere.
that's Miss Blair. Give her a
Oh,
title.
I see it, okay.
And that's Mrs. Blair, Miss Blair, not
Ms.
Blake.
Blair.
Blake.
Why y'all keep calling her Blake?
Thank you for making that.
Got it.
We want to make that distinction. Right.
It's Blair on the paper.
Yeah,
I got it.
Thank you.
all right.
Second,
I have a second.
second,
You made the first.
You made the who made the motion?
Ms.
Nobody.
Brown.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll
we gotta
second
have
it.
a second. You can't second your own motion. Ms. Shaw seconds.
yes.
I
All in
second.
favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor say aye to adjourn this glorious meeting.